Have you ever thought about how many times a day you check your phone? Do you often catch yourself unconsciously pulling out your phone to check text or social media, even though you just checked it a few minutes before? Have you ever opened Instagram to check your DMs and then wasted an hour or more just scrolling, not knowing where your time went? While social media has connected us in a way we've never been connected before in human history, it's also isolated us more than ever before. Rates of depression and anxiety are at an all-time high, and many experts report social media being a major factor in this growing epidemic.
So we know from the research literature that the more you use social media, the more likely you are to feel lonely or isolated.
We are addicted to our phones, but here's the truth. It's not our fault, because these devices have been designed to keep us addicted. The truth is that tech companies have engineered the most powerful ways to keep our attention. The same strategies used by the gambling industry are being used in the tech industry, and former employees of major tech giants have come out to speak openly about this.
There's a hidden goal driving the direction of all of the technology we make. And that goal is the race for our attention.
The truth is that the deepest levels of a human's psychological needs are being used here to keep us coming back for more. Every time we get a like or a DM, we get a hit of dopamine, the pleasure neurochemical. And what we don't get is oxytocin, the group bonding neurochemical, which can only be released through face-to-face, meaningful human connection. So we keep searching for that hit of dopamine again and again and again. When it comes to social media, we are like rabbits chasing a carrot on a string. But what if I told you it didn't have to be this way? What if I told you that we have all of the power to heal this broken relationship with technology in our phones? This is something I've personally had to train myself in, and I'm by no means perfect. But I have found a few things that work really well for me and might work for you too. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my top 7 tips for digital wellness that can hopefully help us all have a healthier relationship with our phones and social media. First of all, let me start by saying how much I actually love technology and social media. I am not anti-social media at all. I truly believe that these tools are just allowing for more humans to design the life of their dreams and to share their passions and to connect with each other in a global and meaningful way. But I also feel that it's extremely important to learn how to develop a healthier relationship with these very powerful tools. And that's where this concept of digital wellness comes in. There are many pillars and elements to health and wellness: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and all of these require different actions for us to live our healthiest, happiest lives. We need to eat nourishing, healthy food. We need to move our bodies and exercise. We need to drink plenty of clean water. We need to get enough sleep. We also need to practice some form of mindfulness or spirituality. And now we must also practice digital wellness techniques to make sure we're not being ruled by our devices, because they are changing the way our brains work. As someone whose career involves staring at a screen for the majority of my day because of editing and answering emails and being active on social media, I have had to implement techniques and boundaries to keep myself in check with how I'm interacting with my devices and social media. So here are my top 7 digital wellness techniques for developing a healthier relationship with the digital world. First, spend the first hour of your morning and the last hour of your evening without your phone. Turn off Wi-Fi, turn your phone on airplane mode, or shut it off 1 hour before bed. If you can, charge your phone outside of your bedroom and even designate a physical place for your phone, whether it's putting it inside of a box or putting it inside a drawer where you can't even see it. You can even buy an old-fashioned alarm clock instead of relying on your phone to wake you up. And refrain from turning your phone back on until at least 1 hour after you've woken up. Take that time for yourself so you can start the day on your terms and establish intention for your day. If you wake up and you immediately check text and email and Instagram, then you're automatically starting your day from a reactive place rather than from a connective and mindful place to what you hope to bring forth for that day. Tip number 2. Schedule time in your day for emails and social media. For example, schedule 2 30-minute slots twice a day to give you time to respond to emails and messages that you need to respond to. By designating a set amount of time to respond to emails and messages in your day, then you're going to greatly enhance your productivity overall to do other things, as well as make sure that you're managing the amount of time that you're spending doing this each day. Tip number 3. Have purpose behind your post. I'm not telling you to stop posting or even to limit posting. I love posting on social media because for me, it's a way to share my passions and skills and gifts with a global community and to feel like I am contributing to the world. And that is something that as humans, we need to feel. It's part of our psychological needs to feel like we're contributing in a positive way. And posting is one way to do that. However, be intentional about what, when, and why you are sharing. What is it that you're about to post? Is it going to have a positive impact or a negative impact? Is it going to contribute to the solution or the problem? Why are you really posting? Is it to look cool and trendy and make others think you have this amazing life? Or is it to make people feel bad for you and kind of victimize yourself so you can find some validation of your pain? Is it to feel significant and seen? Or are you sharing to genuinely inspire and connect with those who interact with what you are sharing? Are you posting to bring awareness to an issue that you care about? Are you posting to make others feel not alone? Sometimes I'll be doing something really fun or cool and I will intentionally not post anything about it at all so that I can enjoy that part of my life fully in the present moment without feeling the need to post about it just to show other people how cool or exciting my life is. It's a time for me to enjoy life just for life. And then other times I'll be experiencing something that I really feel called to share. And my advice to you is to just be intentional about what, when, and why you're sharing what you're sharing. Tip number 4, eat meals without your phone, especially when you're with other people. Keep your phone off of the table at the restaurant, off of the dinner table. Just get it out of sight. And I'm not saying that you can't take pictures of your food because I am guilty of that. I love taking pictures of my food. I feel like food can be such a beautiful form of art, and I really love sharing healthy food a lot of the time. So I'll take a picture of my food if I really feel like I want to, and then just put my phone right back into my purse off the table to make sure that the interaction I'm having with the human sitting across from me is without the distraction of that device. It has been shown in research that just having a phone present during a conversation will result in a less meaningful interaction. It's something called the iPhone effect. So when you are having a meal with others, let's get the phones out of the situation altogether. Unless there's a specific reason why you're using them, I think it's a great rule of thumb to eat meals, even if you're eating alone, without the phone, so you can really connect with the food that you're eating in a mindful, meaningful way. Tip number 5, take digital detoxes. A digital detox is when you go for an extended amount of time without your phone and technology. It can be anywhere from 24 to 48 to 72 hours or more, and I try and do these every 3 to 6 months. The perfect time to do this is when you are going to take a weekend trip somewhere or a vacation, and your first impulse might be to want to share every moment of that vacation, to share your experience, and that's totally cool. Maybe you do bring a camera along so that you can take video and photos to capture your memories. However, I would suggest trying a vacation or a weekend getaway without your phone and just see how you start to interact with the world in a different way. I've done digital detoxes where I have no technology at all, not even my camera, and I'm truly just extremely present and connecting with others. And then I've done digital detoxes where I don't have my phone, but I have my camera and I'm using it to capture my experience because making videos for me is a form of art. So I've done it both ways. I would suggest taking at least one weekend to go completely tech-free and get into nature and journal and read and just be in nature and experience what that feels like. By letting go of that need to share every moment of your experience will allow you to come into a much more present state of being and interact with the world in a way that is more grounded in reality and gratitude for the little moments. Because instead of seeing and feeling those little moments through the lens of a phone, you're going to feel those moments in your body and in your full experience. Tip number 6, release comparison. Now, this is easier said than done because as humans, we naturally like to compare ourselves to everyone around us. But there are ways to manage this toxic cycle. I've heard people give the advice to kind of unfollow accounts that trigger that comparison and to just not interact with them. But that's just putting a band-aid on the wounds. That's not actually going to fix the underlying issue of why you feel the need to compare yourself in the first place. Because comparison is a natural human default mechanism, and no matter who it is, you're going to find a way to compare yourself to that person. The key here is to bring awareness to that habit and then practice letting go and releasing it. Also knowing that social media is not real life. Most people on social media, for the most part, are only posting the best parts of their life. They're only posting their highlight reel, and you never have any idea what's actually going on behind the scenes. And my last tip is really the root of how to actually let go of and release comparison, and that is to practice self-love and self-care. Because true joy and happiness and love will never come from external validation. It's not something we will ever find from more followers or more likes. Self-love is a journey and a practice, but we must learn to love ourselves, or else we'll always be seeking external validation from outside sources. And no matter what, we are the only ones who can love ourselves to the fullest. And this is what truly allows us to release comparison, because when we love ourselves so much and we are in our knowing of our true power, our true nature, our true self, then nothing in the external can affect that. Now, practicing self-love is easier said than done. It can be quite a challenge in and of itself. So if you would like to see a video about my top tips and techniques for practicing self-love, then please like this video, and I'll be sure to make that as a follow-up to this, so that I can help you find some of the things that have worked for me in starting to feel really comfortable and at home with myself. So to recap, my top 7 techniques for digital wellness are to spend the first hour of your morning and last hour of your evening without your phone, to schedule time for emails and social media, to have purpose behind your post, eat meals without your phone, take digital detoxes, release comparison, and practice self-love. If you got something out of this video and found it helpful in some way, then please give it a big thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it and would like to see more videos like this. And please comment below your thoughts on this topic. I would love to hear your thoughts about all of this and to open up a conversation with you about these issues that I feel like a lot of us are struggling with. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every time I post a new video, which is every Thursday. That is it for this video, and remember, you have the power to thrive. You have the power to live your best life ever. I will see you next week. Bye!